Alright, what's good everyone? This is probably my third go at this. I don't know why it doesn't record my voice from the Xbox Game Pass bar party. I'm used to just leaving my, you know, I'd go into this as you can see, and I would talk into it, and it would record properly, and then you'd hear me. But I'm gonna use the Audacity app. I appreciate you guys for making this app. So hopefully this shit works for the third time of me recording this. So I want to give it a shout out to iLap the Flash. He made a video of his of his choices or his tiers of what a good horde and horde characters there are for masters and then inconceivable or some shit like that. So I'll have a link in the description down below. I also have FNs and Neon Velocity. They give you some good insight and good quality of like explaining all the characters and classes. They nerd that shit out. But from my experiences of playing a lot of Horde lately and a lot of Escape since lately there hasn't been any verses, but hopefully when the next week rolls, we get some more verses in. The ranking system, it's gonna be probably not perfect when it comes out. They're gonna need some tuning. But yeah, let's get on with this tier list. We on the tier maker. Thank you guys, tier maker, for making this website. It's pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys my tier list for Horde first. And then I'm going to show you guys my tier list for Escape, what are the best characters in my opinion. So let's start off with Horde. Dell, I have an A tier. He's an engineer, makes things cheaper, buys things, repairs pretty cheap from what I heard. I think this is a great place for him because there is a better engineer than him, in my opinion. And yes, that is Baird. I think it probably costs more for Baird to purchase things, but at the end of the day, with his ability to use the M bar and just repair off that, and then his ultimate being a lot more useful than those two little balls Dells has, I think it's a lot more useful. It's like a movable decoy, you know what I mean? Doesn't die right away either. And that's why I'll have Jack in the B tier. Still good. Not really like an engineer, but he is. But he's what he's used for in Horde now is to just link up onto someone and make them kind of invincible unless he goes down. Kind of there for the healing and revives now. And we're gonna put Cat at the D tier because she's just completely useless. And yeah, that's about it. So we're gonna go with other people that are kind of like healers. Gonna put Cog Gear at B tier. I'm not fully educational and understanding of the Cog Gear yet, but I think he's not completely OP or completely useless. So that's why I'm gonna have him in the B tier. Coltrane, I would think he'd be kind of like a healer type because all he could do is run around smashing things, and basically he's a tank, and people are down, he could just run around and pick them up and stuff. So I would have him in C tier. He's not completely useless like Cat, but he's kind of I don't think you would ever use him in Horde, to be honest. Grace, she was OP, but they fixed the glitch of that bleed damage, so she's kind of useless now. Emil, I'll put him in a C tier. He's kind of like D tier. He's like a D plus C minus. All he could do is run around and knife things. Sarah O'Connor, she's basically useless, got nothing. Mac, I'd probably put him in a D tier or C, probably D tier, because you can't buy a Bolt Talk, and I don't know how much damage really that would do. It's probably useless. Lonnie, she's probably like C or D. She's a melee character. I'll put her on C tier. Paddock, he's like a C tier. He's like a fun little character to play as, but if you're really trying to get something done in a Masters run, definitely not using Paddock. What we have here is Foz. I'd put him in the A tier. The reason why he's not C tier S tier is because I think the other characters that I'm gonna have up here are better than Foz, but he could definitely fill in. Like he's not gonna like lose you the horde matches or not. He definitely a very strong card. He could take down bosses easily. And yeah, this is what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have Kate. Her bleed damage is very, very powerful. Her cloak is very useful to get your teammates up if they're down. And yeah, she's just strong, and especially with Jag. Having that Jag if you want to, she's like invincible. JD, even though he's been nerfed multiple times, still useful with his ultimate, with that barrage or whatever that thing, fucking airstrike he has. And then he is expensive to get going, but once you have him going, it's kind of like Keegan in a way as well. I'm gonna put him in there. They're both just strong characters. They just blow shit up, and I don't know. I just feel like they're there. It's a good place to put them. Also with Keegan, if you level up his special abilities and you have the right cards on, you basically kind of pretty much have unlimited salvos, and just their bleed damage in general for both of them just knocks things out of the ballpark. Lizzie, I think I would have her in B tier. The reason why I have her in B tier is because I feel like she needs to be. There's like a skill factor. You gotta make sure you hit your shots with the drop shot, and if you see any enemies down, to use your other guns to like freeze them and shit. Like definitely a very can be at the S tier rank if you have a skilled Lizzie, and can be like a B tier where like I don't know, could be even also C tier if you have a terrible Lizzie. But definitely you want to level up those cards, but that's why I put her in the middle. You gotta have like a good Lizzie, and then obviously to complete that ultimate squad, Marcus. The shit that I see flashed you with it, he like can out damage a fucking JD or a Keegan. Um, he's just a fucking a Master Chief out there. You know what I mean? Like he's just a fucking soldier out there, just killing things, invincible almost with his cards and abilities. But yeah, this is my my horde tier list. You could agree with me or not. Let me know in the comments section down below, or you could use the same template as well. I think it's pretty cool to make these things, so I appreciate tier maker for doing this. But yeah, this is my tier list for Horde. We're gonna reset this. And now we go on to Escape. But before we go into that, just remember, guys, put your thoughts in the comments section down below, or even at me on Twitter or whatever. Let me know who you think the best squads are for Horde or Escape. So, now we're on to Escape. Dell, at the very bottom, useless. Baird, D or C. I'm gonna be nice and put him in C. Cog Gear, same reason as last time. Not too familiar with him, but I don't know. Just that revive mechanics that he has can be useful. I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Grace, gonna put her in the C tier. If she has that melee, like that one time with the pipes, she can be useful. If she has the melee weapons to do so. That's why she's C tier. Jack, definitely D tier. He's not an escape. Cole, he's a fucking tank. He like doesn't die. Most of the escape maps you could just run with a coal, and the other two you just fill in with whatever weapons are in the map, and you'll most likely win the master run because that's how good he is. Foz, I'll put him in the A tier, and the only reason why he's not in the S tier is because you do need these weapons for him to be good. That's why I'm gonna be rating these escape things. Is mainly I'm gonna probably have the melee guys up here. So yeah. JD, I'll have him B tier. I'm not too familiar with what he's like in Escape yet. I haven't really used him. And most likely you could just use Keegan. And he's like a worse form of Keegan in Escape, I guess. But who knows? He could be A tier. I haven't used him much. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with this. But yeah, I have him in the B tier. A tier, Kate. She could definitely be in the S tier. But the reason why I have her in the A tier is the same reason as Foz. You need a shotgun. If there's no shotgun, then she's just useless on the map. So if there's a shotgun, she's definitely like literally the best character to have. She'll literally one-shot everything pretty much. If you're close enough. Keegan, same thing. Needs those explosives to do well. Lonnie, I put her in the S tier. She's God mode in Venom, and basically if you want to just slow the game down, and that's all you need to do is master the run. She'll literally master the run for you. Lizzie, I have her B tier in the middle. Gotta have a skilled Lizzie, know what they're doing. Same reasons as the Horde. Mac, I have him as S tier. I know I told you guys that most of my S tiers are going to be melee, and he's the exception of character that is not melee. He is a tank, and he can output damage for you guys to get through certain situations with his Boltok. And most maps usually have ammo crates, so he could just use those ammo crates to refill his Boltok ammo. Marcus, I think I'm gonna have him in the B tier. Not too many assault rifles and maybe not enough ammo for him to do what he does best. Emil, I have him in S tier. Same reason as the Cole and the Lonnie. He's a melee character, doesn't need any weapons. Run out there, doesn't need any venom boost. And on top of that, he'll give you epic score boost and the other score boost cards to help you get that top 1% to get your coins or skin, whatever it is, at that time. That's why I have him in the S tier. Doesn't really need that much to be upgraded. Cat, D tier. Sarah Connor, definitely D tier. Paddock, I have him in the B tier. The fear kind of helps a little bit. Gives you like a second lifeline. But yeah, this is my escape tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or what would you switch, what characters you would switch. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go now. This is my third go at it. Hopefully it works. Like I said before, kind of inspired by one, not been able to play Versus for a while because I actually enjoyed the new beta tuning, and I don't have any game modes until they bring in the ranked mode, and then I could play some ranked. But I've been playing Horde and Escape a lot, and it's pretty enjoyable mastering the runs and the Horde maps and all that with my friends and learning. And yeah, it's just been very enjoyable. Just another shout out to Flash giving me this idea, making this video. Hopefully it's an enjoyable one. I'll have iLab the Flash, FN, and Neon Velocity, their channels down below if you're into that kind of stuff and PvE like Horde or Escape. They're really nerdy about it. They have all the good little details that you need to know. But that is it. And yeah, subscribe and peace.